4% less damage absorption. So, undo.
Farewell.
We're at 1952.
I sense turmoil within you.
Health regen. Do this.
Safe journey.
So we lose 500 health regen. That is a lot. 500 health regen is a lot. But I think our damage will be a shit ton higher though if we do that. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we finished all that stuff. So now we're pushing towards that. Damage does already feel a bit better. It's adding like an extra 10-15% weapon damage and a lot of flat lightning damage. Oh, I was looking for the totem. Generators are annoying, especially when I was, what's it called here? Shots. I'll let the take that again. Come on in. You're a good girl. scratching my chair. What do you want, girl? Jay doesn't know what you want because she's not giving you the treats. Alright, leave the portal here. We still feel Immortal. So nothing's really changed in that regards. I should probably play some Dragon King. I do have the and the last time I played it, it was so clunky that it was just hard to get into. let her know. Alright, now for each of the quests, we have to essentially go back and turn them in each time. And we're gonna hopefully Bane Garganath is the by the time I do Bane Garganath, I'll be Barrel Home ready. I'll log out at that point, go back to normal, get Barrel Home's merit, and then continue on.
Good. You've arrived. Precisely.
log out, I should also try and get the pad master around here. Shoulders.
No resistance is out there. Hollow victory.
I should have actually just taken that Sunder to see if I could. Old muscle memory says run away from Sunder. Alright, we're looking for the portal to leave our rift by. Not here. It's not here. So our rift here. Alright, so we need the Mogdrogan thing as well in here. Where are we at? We're at the bottom. I think Mogdrogan is usually at the top. But it's been so long, I can't remember. It might be on the other island, like towards Vanguard now. I could just be completely off. Pretty sure this is the house for the Dravis quest. I found my cool and stuff. It was near the top towards the island. Not on the island. Where's the exit? Alright, let's go kill that Gorgonath. How close are we? 1,000. I'm not gonna get it here. That sucks. I might go to tell them what they're doing. go to the island. I'm going the wrong way. One point there. Almost spitting distance.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. Iron well spent.
Alright, we'll go back here. Turn the quests, check for the Padmastria bounty, and then do the Anixtrazia quest or whatever.
Good work down there. We cannot...
Save storage.
Another honor homestead. First, let's put this here. make sure all my things are attached, because sometimes. Okay. Doesn't have it.
My, what?
Oh, sorry, I missed your message. Hey, what's up? Soldier demo is not bad. But like Blade Arc is okay, but when you play a Blade Arc build, you're actually usually going Blade Arc plus Blitz. Like you're comboing the two. But if you're going like two-handed, you want to go Cadence or Fire Strike for melee. It just kind of depends on like what kind of like weapon you want to use. Blade Arc is better one-handed and shield, because it gets a lot of flat damage from this. If you want to do like a hit and run build with the shield, you take this node, so it does a crap ton more damage, and then you combine Blade Arc with blind, like heavy points into blind side, and then these two will be your main skills. Like you blitz in, hit the Blade Arc, probably hit Warcry, and then back out, and then blitz in, Blade Arc, Warcry, and just do that kind of repeat combo when you're fighting tougher enemies. I think if you have Blade Arc on cooldown on your mouse button, it'll do an auto attack. And then you can take 1 point into Markovians and 1 point into Zolhans. So if you're fighting not so strong monsters, you just auto attack, and then you'll swing these two off of that. I recommend trying Clean Sweep plus 1 point into these two things for Zolhan. 1 hand plus shield, right? Like you're using the shield that gives Blade Arc attack damage converted to life. And did you have you got all the Blade Arc monster frequencies? Pull up the map again. On the map, in this area, right here, like near the Corvin Sands, there's the big dinosaur boss, and he'll always drop the one-handed Blade Arc axe. In the League, he has his own weapon, so he doesn't drop the axe anymore, but in the base game, he always drops the axe. That axe is really good, so I would consider pushing all the way to at least the Corvin Sands Rift. He's in this little valley area right here between Corvin Sands and the temple. The other place you can get the axe is from the other dinosaurs between like around the Sunbang Oasis. But I would just farm the dinosaur. I'd like kill him and reset, kill him and reset. The shield, I'm trying to remember where the shield comes from. I would have to look it up again. I did a Blade Arc Blitz build, and it was pretty fun. The problem is doing it with Demolitionist. Demolitionist doesn't have Fizz Res reduction, as far as I remember. It's better to go Fire with Demolitionist. If you're going Fire, like, it's okay. It has a lot of monster infrequence though. Like you have a weapon, a shield, a necklace. Like this necklace is for Blade Art. You have a medal, you have a helmet, I believe, that all give points to Blade Arc. And Cronley's ring, which is also attack speed, gives points to Blade Arc as well. But Blade Arc is okay. It's not the greatest. Like, Cadence is better if you get the weapons. The problem is you have to be very careful with that. Like, again, did you take this? Is it this devotion? Yeah, this devotion. This devotion is very powerful for any type of physical build because it reduces armor. And you need really high crit on a physical build too, so your Assassin's Mark can stay procced. Because not having minus physical res on the class, like the only physical res you have, I believe, is Break Morale. That's the only minus phys res you'll have, and it's only flat phys res. I think most people who go Blade Arc usually go the second class. They'll go what is it, Occultist or Oathkeeper or Nightblade, because they have minus physical res as a base ability. But Demolitionist, I believe, only has minus Elemental, Chaos, and Aether res. So that's also something that will really hurt your damage. I would probably recommend, since you're going with Demolition with Commando, is go Fire Strike instead of Blade Arc, and then focus on fire damage. Because you'll be served better with fire damage in that case. And fire damage is not so heavily reliant on crit as well. You have to have a lot of cunning. Essentially all physical damage builds are pure cunning dumps, because of if they don't cunning dump, they're not going to do damage. And the other, there's another way to play Blade Arc if you want to play Fire Blade Arc, and that would be to get there's a two-handed weapon in Act 7. Oh, where's my map button? A two-handed weapon in Act 7, like between the temple and, or like between the tomb and the city rep thing. It's called the Sunward Spire. There's a two-handed sword there that gives you bonuses to Blast Shield and to Menhir's Bulwark. And the Menhir's Bulwark now essentially converts your physical damage into fire damage. And if you use that two-handed weapon, you could play Fire Blade Arc, and that would work out. you would just kind of have to figure out what you're going to do with the rest of your gear. Here. I'm going to go here for the resistances. Like, one of the things that I always look for in the build is that at least one of the classes has the minus, like, number percent resistance. Because as long as a class has at least one, it'll be fine. Because Soldier only has flat reduced resistance, which you can only have one of these, but these minus percent reduces stack. So if you have this plus, say, Arcane Bomb, these stack. But if I have this Soldier one here, like with Break Morale, that wouldn't stack with something like Elemental Storm. The other problem is with physical is if you come in contact with a reflect enemy, it's pretty much game over. It's one of the reasons why I avoid physical most of the time when I fresh start. Like, physical is still really powerful because the enemies don't get very high physical res. But you can say the same thing for Aether. Like, Aether and Chaos are also really strong damage types because the enemy doesn't get strong Aether Chaos res. My last commando build, I played a gun build. Like, there's a messenger mob that drops a gun that adds a lot of burn damage to Warcry. So Warcry was my main damaging skill. It was kind of fun. Killed Lokars though. you're really looking for items that give retail to specific attacks. Like, there's some items that like add specific amounts of retail to a certain attack. Does Blade Art get natural retail damage? No. No. Yeah, you would be looking for an item that gives. Yeah. You'd definitely be looking for an item that gives you some form of like percent retail damage to attack. Because that'll increase your damage a lot. Okay, we got that. Rovers. We're still not even close with Rovers. That's so stupid. Yeah, I mean, your defenses sound fine. It's just, are you doing like full retail devotions too? Because if you're going retail, you might want to focus a little bit differently on your gear rather than a specific attack. Like, there's a shield that adds a lot of retail damage to Vindictive Flame. So essentially, yeah. Well, the other thing is like, if your gear is not adding retail damage to attacks, you're missing like half of the like damage that you could have.
Come see what's left of my wares. Iron well spent.
Cause like, usually it'll be like, you see how it says like Primal Strike minus 1 second plus 2 meters, 35% weapon damage? Well, usually there's something inside of that that's like, add like 18% to retail damage. Or something like that.
Oh, it's you. It is Ravager. I did. A massive bird. Who shall serve as the Ravager's flesh? He is brash and prompt.
good.
I'll keep an eye out.
Like, one of the shields in Act 6, like, the Malmoth area, I believe you can buy it actually from the steel cap vendor. Gives damage to Vindictive Flame, like it's a fire one. So it makes your Vindictive Flame do more damage, which will give you more retail kind of feel in your build. Retail builds usually require a lot of like, or at least like one or two major pieces of gear. Sorry. To add all that retail damage to your attacks. As you can see, like when I don't have wind doubles up, my damage is like very low. Because I don't have that minus elemental res off the cuff. So I need more coffee. The other thing is, like, I have, like, so no lightning damage, no lightning damage, no lightning damage, no lightning damage. 4 pieces of gear that are, like, not contributing to my base damage. And I'm using this instead. Like, I went more the tanky route instead of the damage route. Just because Primal Strike does have a lot of base damage.
Calculon, the cult of... It appears that the ritual...
It's actually pretty tight speed. Yeah. I must have accidentally destroyed it. I have to think of which items add retaliation to attack for a command. So let me see what would be a good commando thing. As far as farmable stuff, there's not too much that you can really get for retaliation weapons. Most of them are like legendary pieces. Totally normal Dawn Shard might be okay. What kind of legendary gear do you have? Are you... Because, like, the Colossal Fortress is probably your best shield for now, because that'll add more retaliation damage to your counter-strike, and it'll allow Vindictive Flame to come off a cooldown much quicker. Colossal Defender will convert fire damage to... or physical damage to fire damage and give you more fire retaliation if you're using Menhir's Bulwark. But Colossal Fortress will be more damage. That's the shield you get from Act 7. I'm pretty sure you can vendor it too. far as necklaces go, are there any faction necklaces? Not really. And the metal that you can get from the what's it called is also not bad. The little bug underground, like it's in the Dead Man's Pass. Like you go from here and go to the underground area. Yeah, retail usually requires quite a lot of legendary gear because it doesn't do so much damage without gear that adds retaliation damage to attacks. Going like fire strike with the two-handed sword might be your best bet. Like fire strike with the two-handed sword is really powerful because it converts all the all the physical damage to fire damage. It's a little bit less tanky, but it's not as much of a problem because you'll have Menhir's Bulwark and Vindictive Flame giving you a lot of health regen. Then you also have Blast Shield as a circuit breaker. I would also fight around Blast Shield procs. Like if Blast Shield is on cooldown, I would not stay in melee. That's one thing I would be very careful about. And then probably use like just instead of retaliation damage, just base fire damage until you can get a few legendary pieces. Like farm totems, farm Shattered Realm. That kind of thing. Because there's not like too much support for retail and what's it in the green stuff for non-Aegis and Menhir builds. Like Aegis and Menhir has a lot of support for it, but other builds don't. I believe some skills also have some base retail added to attack stuff as well, though. could also just do Blitz, honestly. Like, Blitz Commando's okay. But again, it suffers from the not having physical resistance reduction. But you could probably convert it with some things. Trying to think of some other good things. A lot of good commando builds use the bombs that I'm thinking of, at least. Like for ones that are like you're starting with, like starting builds. A lot of them use the bombs, like Grenado and Canister Bomb. I should probably try to find another weapon. My weapon's starting to show its age.
You've returned. So our great moment of... Good, you're back. I struggle to admit this. You see, the Luminari have long been aware of it.
Excuse, my father and I were part of a...
wasn't bad.
Safety, promise.
Have you?
Though the situation.
Yeah, this build's pretty fun. I mean, with a commando, you could also do like fire force wave, like with that two-handed weapon, or physical force wave. But again, as I said, the problem with physical is with a commando is you don't have minus physical res, which kind of sucks. Force wave is an overall really powerful skill though. But you can convert it to fire and then have a spam force wave build. Oh, what else? There's a big two-handed weapon you could get for cadence as well, or turn cadence into elemental. The elemental cadence is not bad, actually. It's harder to scale it as elemental than just pure fire, though. But this adds 18% total damage modified, plus a lot of flat damage. But if you're doing cadence, you want to do a two-hander, not one-handed and shield. One second, I'll be right back. I need to check Wordle. Sorry about that. Kid also came untucked. I actually did a, there's a commando build on my account with a gun that's all fresh start, like it's all greens and stuff. You could probably check that out. That might help a little bit. I'm gonna push through the next rift and see here, see if I can get a weapon. An 84 weapon, I mean. It's a burn build using Warcry as the main skill. Not blue, not blue. Not blue. Not blue. It's like, I don't know if I attached the playlist to it, but the farming of the gear is not actually that hard for that commando build. It just takes a little bit of time to get the right one, because the messenger drops two different guns. One's a pierce word of pain gun, and the other's the fire grenado warcry gun. And Warcry is really good for farming, just because it's instant cast, so you don't have to stop moving. Looking for those statues right now because of I need the weapon. That's the reason I'm here. Usually, like, a temple will have like one color weapon, so you'll have to restart to get the weapon back. I'm just gonna get to the next rift before I restart. And different floors might have different weapons. This one does not. option. Like for Blade Arc, this is the boss I was talking about, by the way. It's the dinosaur boss right up here. This one. Yeah, this weapon. The Sandclaw Slicer. It gives flat physical and percent damage converted to health to Blade Arc. This plus the Blade Arc shield plus the metal plus the necklace makes Blade Arc really, and the helmet makes Blade Arc really powerful. The problem is you just won't have, it's not really retaliation focused, so you'll be more physical damage focused, internal trauma damage focused. Let's get the fetid mask and then restart the game. And this is the Blade Arc helmet, by the way, that I was talking about. It adds attack damage converted to health, the Corvid Cask. bounty for Black Legion, what? On Homestead? Pad mastery of the conflagration. Slave pad mastery. Yeah, Black Legion, okay. I'm just not getting lucky with it. We're gonna farm until we get an 84 weapon, and then that's gonna be it for today. Not blue, not blue, not blue. No totem. Not blue. Restart. This is the way you have to farm for the Primal Strike thing. Not blue, not blue. Not blue, not blue. The most frustrating part of meeting one of these weapons is finding the monsters that have them. Two birds, one stone, trying to get this thing. Not blue. Not blue. I don't know why red is the most common. It's kind of, because no one uses the red one. Like, the red one kind of sucks. Only one of these that are like just really good is the lightning one. And it's only moderately good. It's not the best thing with the lightning, even. Most people prefer to use the gun because the gun has way better AoE. It's using like the light lucky blue? Nope. Nope. Oh, we got a blue. Drop your weapon, please. Charge with celerity, Jesus Christ, man. It's not even gonna be a damage upgrade. No. Celerity is like a worthless stuff. Let's turn this quest in. There we go, Pad Master. If you don't have the quest, the mob won't spawn, and essentially that gives you an extra elite to farm. And elites have a much higher chance of dropping the item we want.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. Iron well spent.
Good luck out here, Oakenbuck.
What brings you to my
Class 3 Rift, right? Yeah. Black Tallow.
Don't get killed out there.
You gotta do that for Act 7 stuff. Red. It's gonna have like 20-30 minutes to the time, but it's worth it for the damage. Just get a decent weapon. Not too good, just decent. And I'm getting rep for these guys, and I do need rep for these guys. Charged of attack, charged of thunder, charged of alacrity. All those are amazing. Oh, I mean, it is kind of fast. Like, some weapons do take longer to farm, but it's just like so annoying that it's like you're just not even getting the opportunity to have a weapon drop with some of these guys. Probably complain about this one before. Red. Red, red, red. Triple rare, nice. First triple rare of this playthrough. It's weird. Red. Oh, I see a blue. Blues and whites. It's a rare though, so it's probably gonna drop at least a double rare. Hit and miss. Oh, charge thunder, nice. But good enough for me. Is really powerful in this build because of the lack of percent damage. Check out our spoils. What level? It's only level 80? It says it's less damage, but I don't really think that's true. Oh no, it's the same base type. That's unfortunate. 26% attack speed is way better than damage if it's the same base type. Well, shit me. Flat damage is higher though, but conversion, the percent damage is also lower. Offensive ability is better though. Yeah, I'll just stick with my current weapon. I'm tired of farming that for now, especially since I'm going to have to farm it again later. Alright, that's going to be it for today. I gotta start getting ready for work and doing some stuff around the house. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one. By the way, check out that build